Wicked. And not the, I don't think it's, yeah, it's the movie. It has Ariana Grande as Glinda, and Elphaba is the Green Witch, by the way. She is, what was it, Cynthia? I don't know how to pronounce her last name. And I think they did really well. And I found it really weird, the movie, though, because I like the singing more in, like, Instagram and YouTube more than the movie that I found. For some reason, I don't know, it sounded different. And, like, I would see, like, clips for them out of Wicked and it sounded better. I don't know, it just, I don't know if they, like, change that or something. And I like how they kind of stuck a little bit to the actual, like, I like how characters are made where they're, like, not the same as the person who is acting, but they have similarities and they have something about their belief or whatever in the movie to, like, almost have, like, a personality to the movie. And that's what they did really well. I feel like my sister thought this too, but the lady in the wheelchair, I thought that was really nice how they had, like, a character in a wheelchair, and, like, she was actually, I don't know if she's actually has a different ability or not in real life, but that would be interesting if she did. And she did a really good job singing, and, like, she doesn't get a whole lot of credit with her singing. It's like usually Ariana and Cynthia get all the credit for that, but she did really well in her singing. And I like some of the characters, and I like how when I think it was Elphaba went to Oz, the Oz machine, like, you know how in the Wizard of Oz he had that huge head that was going, okay, so this head was changed. It looks a lot different, so it looks more like kind of like carnival style, but almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's really cool. I really like it. It's like a island kind of style, because it's like the hair is all flowy, it's all detailed, it's, I don't know how to describe it, but I thought that was really cool, and, like, they actually used the props in this movie, which I really like. And how Ariana, there was some scenes that were hilarious with her, because she was like, I think Cynthia was, like, on the bed or something, and she was singing about being popular or something, and she was just, like, sitting in this chair floating around the room. It was so funny. And then she had got up on some kind of mule and was dancing all around. I was like, how is she not falling on her butt? That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know how she does that. How can you stand on this mule looking thing without falling on your butt? I don't understand that. Because I would have totally just, like falling off that thing so hard. I don't understand how she was able. Like, I mean, how your shoes would cause like friction or something. That would be so slick. But I don't know how she did that. And she was definitely like doing these like almost dancer moves, and it was so cool. And I think the story was so interesting, and it was like Elphaba was like this woman who was very. She would basically say what she thought, and Glinda was more like obsessed with being popular and other people's opinions, and like she was kind of like, oh, if you just apologize, this is going to be okay. And it's like, why would she apologize to these people who literally was like accusing her of harming all kinds of things, and like it's all her fault where like um well, like there was like these what are they called? I don't know what they're called. They're not hidden Mickeys. What are they? Flying monkeys, sorry. I'm sometimes the names I get them reversed. I don't know why. So when these people were turning into flying monkeys, they were basically like blaming it on Elphaba, because they were like, oh, they were basically telling them like, if you want to keep your family safe, then you must get this witch and you must do all this. And it was like, she didn't do anything wrong. It was you guys. It was you all along, and you were just like acting all nicey to her. And I knew that they were the villains in the story, because I was like, I don't like this vibe I'm getting from them. I don't like them. And I was right, and the whole thing was actually pretty well. And like when they went up in a hot air balloon to escape, Elphaba and Glinda, the balloon got caught when what was it? I think it was the wizard. He had pushed some kind of button or something, and it made them crash down. So I thought they were gonna escape, just barely, or like have something broken and maybe even fall like way off, but I didn't expect them to not be able to escape at that point. And then Elphaba finally did kind of escape at the end, but not by the way I was thinking. Because she did escape with a broom, yes, but like Glinda was gonna go with her at one point, but then she just ended up staying with the. It's like, why would you stay with these people? They just accused you of doing all these things that you clearly. How did she not know that? Like, they literally made an announcement. And how would you just say you're sorry? I'm sorry. That was just. Actually, I'm not sorry, but it's just like, how do you not understand that these people are the cause of all these problems? And like, Elphaba is not getting everything she's dreaming of if like all these people are turning into flying monkeys and it's hurting them. and she doesn't want to hurt animals. She doesn't want animals caged, and it's like, how is she getting everything she's dreaming of? She never said, oh, let me, and like, these people are calling her wicked, and like, and they're making fun of, and all these other people making fun of her skin, and like, it's like, how is she getting her dreams and things? I don't understand that. And like, and it felt like every single time Glenda spoke, people were fawning over her. It was like so sickening. It's like those famous people who, like, every little word, people fawn over them, and it's just like, it's disgusting. And yet, if somebody else says something, and like, they think them as lower, or like, I don't know how to describe it, they just like, oh, that's not right. Even if they're basically saying the same thing, sometimes it's just like, why? It's so dumb. And, you know, I really liked how there was a tiny bit of personality to one of the guys and how he saved, like, a lion or something. I found that really good, but, like, oh, I think that's what he was doing. Some scenes were hard to see because it was very dark. Like, at least for me, because, like, I could see the scene, but I couldn't tell what was quite happening. Because it was dark in the background. I was, like, trying to figure out what they're doing. But I thought it was a really good movie. In most places. But, like, the one thing that me and my mom didn't understand was, like, how, like, if she's so great, then why is she called, you know, like, why is she seen as wicked all the time? Like, I'm wondering if it has something, like, with the, like, how they're pretending like they're, like, writing stuff about her or something, and it's totally false. I'm wondering if that's what's going on towards the end, so that, like, everybody thinks she is. You know what I mean? And you never saw, I don't think you see Dorothy. Or if you do, it's not a whole lot. And I like how Ephaba's sister, the one that was in the wheelchair, she gets character to her. Instead of just, oh, you're just pushed aside. And I like how they had danced with her, even in the wheelchair, and was like, that's just nice. And how Glenda and Ephaba danced together, and they didn't stop. That was really good. And I think Glenda did see a little bit of problems that she had. But just don't understand, like, how in the end would she just want to stay with the wizard, and who isn't a wizard, he's clearly fake. And I can't, was it the minister? Maybe she's not minister, but she's really high up there, and it's like, why would you want to stay with these two people? And like, all these flying monkeys were trying to get you and Ephaba, and you're staying? And you don't even want to go with your friend who literally is being accused of all these things, and you're just thinking of yourselves. Well, she's not really thinking of just herself. She's like thinking, I don't know. Oh, that's my rant for today. I hope you liked my ranting, okay? So I don't know how many stars I would give the movie, because that one part bothered me so much. And like, it's a bit of a plot twist, because I've noticed that in live action movies and stuff, they seem to put the villains in the light and like view them as like they're not like just villains. They're not just born like a villain, like how many people think, and how the heroes sometimes are kind of awful. And like, even in The Wizard of Oz, I didn't even like, okay, this is so controversial, I did not like Linda. I'm sorry, I did not like her. Actually, I'm not, because she would call Elphaba like ugly and not, basically just act like she's not good, and like she's kind of like lower than everybody else. And actually like the girl who's Gleam more. Okay, that was my thoughts. I might give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay. Oh, and you can like and subscribe this video. And, you know, just so like I'll feel a little bit better, okay? So